Hey guys, welcome back to the SO series. Thank you so much for subscribing and sending in your comments. I really do appreciate it. So straight to the point, last week I took you on how to create a great Instagram feed. This week is not about just creating a great Instagram feed or putting up any kind of picture. So this week I want to take you on how you can edit your images like a pro, or how you know how you go on an Instagram page and you love the feel of the page, you love how the quality of the content, and you begin to wonder, is it the location, is it the person, this person is so beautiful, how can you be, I don't know, you start to ask yourself, what can I do, or how can I edit my images like a pro? This week, don't worry, I always got you covered. This week, I'm going to take you on the apps that you need to use to edit images, and how I edit my images, and how you can edit images like a pro. So stick around. So first, I took some images today, while we were getting ready, after I was ready to do the shoot. And I'm going to show you, I know, right, these are so many images. I'm going to show you how to edit images like a pro, how I edit my images. So first and foremost, I use 5 different apps. The first app I use is, once I've selected and I've taken my images, like I said to you last week, you find a good background, find a good position, take different angles, and make sure that you've gotten different angles. So you have different choices to choose from, and you can say, okay, this is the one that I want. So let's say this is a picture that I love and I want to post, right? The first thing I do is I go to Snapseed. And upload the photo that I want. The first thing I do is I click on my tune image on Snapseed. I work on the brightness. I prefer to shoot with daylight. So I love to shoot with daylight, which means I don't have to work on my brightness that much. So what I do is I just increase the brightness for 2 seconds, or for a little bit, +2 or +2 or +3. If I need more brightness, I increase the brightness. But just so I'm safe, I keep my brightness really low, and then I go next to contrast. Contrast adds a little bit of color and a little bit of sharpness to your images. Say I add a little bit of contrast to this image now. So contrast adds a little bit of color, and same with saturation. Saturation gives it a bit of life as well. You can see the colors change goes from gray to more saturation, more colors, and it pops. So I add a little bit of saturation, say +2 or +5, and then I change the ambience. If the ambience needs to be worked on as well, I put a bit of ambience. I edit highlights. I don't need to use highlights sometimes. So for this image, I don't need to use highlights. No shadows, so no need for shadows or to reduce shadows. Now, I work on warmth, and I always advise people to work on their warmth or use warmth as a form of filter. Now, if you want your page to have a particular feel, you can reduce your warmth to make it bluish, or you can increase it to give it a brighter contrast. So what I do is I touch the brightness a little bit. Don't really use it unless I have to add some more life to my pictures. So the warm is like saturation as well for me. It gives it the same feel, but look at it, changes the tone of everything on the image. So if I want my pictures to have the same feel, I think warm, or increasing your warm or decreasing your warm, is the best, is one of the easiest and the fastest way to do that. So when I'm done tuning the image, I know that I don't want all of this to show on the image. I click on my crop. I crop out what I don't need to be here. Remember, like I said, your background has to be awesome all the time. Find a good background. Make sure that the background is clean. This background at the moment needs some, respraying. But if you don't find a good background, or if maybe your background has issues, just like mine have issues, what I love most about Snapseed is that Snapseed has a healing and a brush tool. To be honest, the background doesn't really look perfect, and the background is not set up nicely. I will not post this picture. But I love the fact that, like I said, Snapseed has a healing and a brush tool that you can use to clean up anything that you want to clean up and take out of your page. So if I do this carefully, I'm able to take out this whole flower pot away from this image, and also make this a little bit more orangey background neatly if I want. So if you don't use that, the brush tool as well can help you to transform your image. So still on Snapseed, another thing I do is I work on details. Snapseed has this details and structuring and sharpening tool that I love a lot. The structure helps you to keep your image, a little bit sharper, or give it a bit of life, not color this time around, a bit of life, while the sharpening makes everything in your face, or makes it sharper and cleaner. So I touch a little bit of sharpening as well. I transform the image. The thing is, most of these tools in-app tools that are available, I don't use them. Like you can actually use this vertical perspective to make yourself or make this image longer, so you can see how it's healing whatever is on the side already. So I can either make it longer, or I can make my legs. I can actually either make my body longer, or I can make my legs longer, and the horizontal perspective as well. I can actually work on this. So if you want to see my bum more, I guess, or you want to see more of the front view. So Snapseed is what every blogger is using at the moment. Snapseed is the one and only, I think is the most useful editing app that you can find right now. And every blogger or everyone who you know is editing images, is doing something, is using Snapseed. So Snapseed for me is like one of my favorites. If I want to use a particular filter for a period of time, I go to VSCO. VSCO is one of, like I said, the only app that offers a lot of filters, over 10,000 filters. I save my image before I take it to VSCO. So when I get to VSCO, I add my already edited image that I've cropped out all the background, I've cropped out all what I need to crop out. And because I already maybe started on a filter, and I'm already using a filter that I love, or if I want to start using a filter that I know that will have the same feel as my page, what I can do is I select and go through the number of filters that I have. With VSCO, you can buy more filters. These are not all of them. There are over 10,000 filters. You can see you can shop more filters. Some are free, some are paid for, some are they're already edited filters that you can use. So some are free and some are paid for on VSCO. So if I go to my page and I already used this filter, or I want my page to have this particular feel of this image, what I would do is, maybe I posted this image a long time ago and I know that, okay, the next picture that wants to come up is the picture that I just edited, I would simply copy the edit of that image and I would paste it on my new image. So you can see that all the images on my VSCO now are all have the same feel. All have the same feel, like each of these have the same feel. So VSCO is a perfect app to give you what you want in terms of filter. Next I do is Facetune. Facetune is the app from hell. Show you in a bit what how you can get extra boobs and extra whatever skin from Facetune. But what I do with Facetune is when I'm done, I bring my image here. Somehow after I've put a filter, I feel like some things have been edited, or not edited, or not smooth enough. I use the smooth tool and I touch a bit of the image, then I work on the details. So I want the shoes to pop more, I want the red skirt to pop more. So with Facetune, what I love about Facetune is that as much as Snapseed has detailing tools where you can structure and sharpen, Facetune gives you the opportunity to actually touch exactly what you want to be sharpened, or what you want to be whitened, or what you want to be done. It's a drag and drop editing app that you just touch up the red a bit, like I said. If I want the black to show a bit, I touch the black a bit. I don't think my hair is showing enough. I touch my hair a bit and maybe touch up the details. I can, erase what I've done a little bit. So I touch up the flower. Because you're touching up a lot of things, you have to be sure that every detail on your picture, every single thing on the image is edited and looks natural. It doesn't look like you edited yourself alone and you left every other thing out. So I use Facetune to smoothen my picture. I use Facetune as well sometimes to defocus. If I don't want this to be in focus, I use Facetune to defocus, and What else do I use Facetune to do? Yeah, I use Facetune sometimes to whiten my teeth. Yeah, I have natural brown teeth, so sometimes I feel like, you know, they don't pop out and my smile is not wide enough. So I use Facetune to kind of whiten the teeth a little bit, and I touch the teeth and make it pop a little bit. So when I'm done with Facetune, yeah, like I said, I'll share the secret of how you can get extra bump. When I'm done with Facetune though, I'll tell you where I take it to next. But before then, if I want to add extra bump or extra, you know, to this image, all you need to do is just reshape it. Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, yeah. So, but yeah, you have to be careful how you use these things, guys. Everyone knows what we're using right now, and you can't be adding extra bump on an image that when we see you, there's no bump there. I can't do this thing. So me personally, I don't really see any reason why I should add extra bump. This is how my body is. I love my body, but I guess that there's some people who want to cinch in the waist and, you know, fake it or whatever. But I think that that's also like, you don't need to tell lies on Instagram. Just be yourself. If you know that you don't feel comfortable with your body, change it. Hit the gym. I've felt very uncomfortable with myself, with my face, with my teeth. I know that I whiten my teeth over sometimes, but I'm not afraid to show you that my teeth is like naturally brown, and I'm also not afraid to show you that I've got ugly feet as well. So embrace yourself and love yourself just the way you are. You don't need to add all of those extra bump and making anyone feel like, I don't know, you want someone to be attracted to you, and when they see the real you, they're like, it's true. Some people edit images and now you're like, but you're not the same person I see on Instagram. So you want to be careful how you edit your images. When I'm done with Facetune, I save my image. Another app I love is Instasize. I love Instasize because Instasize has it has different filters actually, and it now offers a collage. Right? So it has one editing tool I haven't found on any other app, and that's the Lux tool. The thing about the Lux tool is that it gives it this like live, like you can see the difference. Remember I blurred out this image, so it looks kind of like, you know, gives it the final life that after you've edited it or smoothed it on Instasize. So, on Snapseed. So Instasize kind of like, you know, that's what I love most about Instasize. The Lux app, I increase it a little bit and I'm good with my image. If I'm okay with my image, or maybe I want to try something different, or I still feel like the image needs a bit of editing, Instagram has one of the best filters as well. So if you're done with your edit or your picture, or maybe you don't even want to even bother editing all of this and smoothing and doing all of this long story and stressing yourself, or you don't have the time to actually stress yourself to do all of that, find one or two filters that are familiar on the same family on Instagram and use that filter all through your page. So if I want to actually add more life, or if I feel like Instagram or I need more on the image, what I do is that before I upload that picture, I give different filters a try. Like I just give it a try. After I've chosen, I know my two favorite filters are my two favorite filters are Lofi and Lack. So if I'm done and I still feel like Lack, because this is the feel of my images. Yeah, like I said last week, I love contrast images. So if I still feel like, you know, I still need a bit of Lack, and Lack is not working, maybe I want Lofi, or I want Heavy. These are three of my most favorite filters I use on Instagram. So I take it to Instagram and I use Instagram filter to just quickly get a filter. So you can actually use Instagram to create a particular feel on your whole page. There are two apps that I have to mention. I use UNUM. UNUM is actually an amazing app that you can use to organize your Instagram feed. So I use UNUM to organize my Instagram feed. I think for me, it's really for you to create a great Instagram feed, you have to find a way, or you have to find time to organize yourself. If you can't use UNUM, another option for UNUM, or there's like UNUM, is Planoly. Planoly is another app that is amazing for organizing your Instagram feed. The next app you need to get is Canva. I've said Canva over and over again. Guys, Canva is the best thing that happens to entrepreneurs, that happens to bloggers. It is the best thing that's happened to anyone who wants to start business. You can design anything you want to design. You can put up pictures, you can try proposals, Instagram, YouTube flyer, all of it. Canva is the best. So you know how you see in between bloggers use a flyer or something, you can create all kinds of flyers or all kinds of notes or all kinds of things on Canva. So please, Canva is an important tool that you need to have for business and for blogging. Simple. So that's it, guys. I hope you had fun and hope you can now go on and conquer your Instagram images here. So just a quick roundup or a recap from last week's episode, and the 4 things you need to remember before editing an image, or the 4 elements. You need to remember you need to have a catchy profile. You need to have a good theme. Your photography has to be on point, and your consistency has to be good. So if you start editing your images like a pro today, you cannot go back as an amateur tomorrow. You have to keep going and you have to continue. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you loved this episode. If you want to see more stuff of how to achieve several things, how to wear stuff, how to improve your quality or your content or whatever you have, send me an email, send me a message, send me a DM. Let me know. Without your questions, I won't be able to know what next topics to take on. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you on the gram. Goodbye.